Hey everyone, it's Amelia. I'm here with Jake via Zoom. Jake, can you tell us a little bit about what we're doing today?
All right, so last year for Follies, I did this drunk history video. I just got real drunk and I told a couple of stories about the inimitable Lyndon Baines Johnson, the namesake of our school. This year for online Follies, I've been brought back to do a coronavirus quarantine edition of Drunk History. What we want to do is we want to talk a little bit about Austin, Texas. Don't worry, everybody. I'm pretty drunk, but I'm just in my room. I'm not out and about. If I have the coronavirus, it doesn't matter. I'm just coughing it onto my own computer. And you can't catch that shit through the computer, or so they tell me.
Yeah, I'm really glad that it doesn't pass through computer screens because we'd all be screwed. So what's the first story that we're hearing today?
All right, so we would hear stuff about how, there are places in Austin, places in San Antonio that you can get booze if you're under 21, and Chewy's on Barton Springs was one of them. Jenna Bush, all right? She's the most famous college girl. Like, you didn't always see constantly pictures of Jenna Bush and Barbara Bush in the media. You know what I mean? They kept trying to go to 6th Street and get all f***ed up. Go down to Chewy's for margaritas. They don't... Come on, man. Like, you really think anybody cares about underage drinking in certain parts of this town? So I think they just thought it was going to be okay. They're just going to go down there and get some margarita. So they go in there, and what's her face? Jenna. Jenna's got this ID, and it says Jenna Pierce on it. And she's like, yeah, nobody can do 1 + 1. All right. It's Jenna Pierce. I'm Jenna Pierce. Like, is anybody going to believe that I'm not Jenna Pierce? So I think the conversation was probably really short. I think it was probably like, may I have a frosty mark? Well, bartender's like, I saw her on the World Wide Web, some website, and I'm not giving her a drink. Please, frosty margs. The bartender's basically like, I'm sorry, I can't sell you those margs. Go back to your table. And she tries to get her sister to go get the drinks for her. Because she looked maybe like 10 minutes older or something than Jenna did. Well, then it's national news the next couple days. And we had a riot with it. I mean, like, everybody in the United States of America is sitting there laughing their butts off at these Bush twins,
Yeah, that's hilarious. I mean, weren't there all those stories about the Bush twins getting drunk in D.C. and Adams Morgan? So that totally tracks. So isn't there a famous story about a UT professor? Do you know who I'm talking about?
I think I do. I think who you're talking about is Professor of Practice Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey comes home, and they're like, what did you do this year? Matthew, or Matt, or Matty, or whatever his cousin. But the point is, whatever they call him, when that guy sits down at Thanksgiving, people are like, what did you do this year? He's like, well, I got arrested. What'd you get arrested for? And he said, well, one day I pulled my body of workout, and I took out my bongos as well. And I'm feeling that, man. I'm playing the bongos. I'm like, I know what's going on, you know, like I'm at one with the universe and stuff. And so, yeah, maybe there was a little errant slap there somewhere. I don't know.
Wait, what are you actually talking about?
Essentially, what was happening was his pecker was hanging out. So I'm sitting there and I'm playing the bongos, you know, the Eyes of Texas or whatever. And they're like, hey, man. And I'm like, hey, police, what's up? They said, well, you know, you can't be, it's 10:01 p.m., man. You can't be banging these bongos, hitting the bong and getting high and this and that and this and that, you know, like who do you think you are, man? And he's like, well, you know, I'm Matthew McConaughey, man. Like, I'm Mud, you know? Haven't you seen the hit movie Mud? And they're like, dude, that doesn't mean anything to me because that movie hasn't been made for like 15 to 17 years. And so you're coming with up. And he, you know, McConaughey, he knows what's going on, man. He's just like, puts his arms behind him right there. Because he knows his lawyer's going to take care of that. I mean, this dude's got millions of dollars already. You know, he's doing okay. You think that he's going to have any sort of legal problems with playing his bongos with his dick out? It's no big deal. Do you think that was a question that they asked him when he applied for a job at the University of Texas at Austin? Or do you think they were like, well, there was this incident, professor. I mean, not professor yet, but if you get through this interview, there's this incident that I heard about where you were sitting there banging on bongos or something like that. Now, would you take that to the Butler School of Music and put that up against our PhD bongo playing students? No, I don't think so. And then if he said, no, I couldn't do that, then they would realize that he was a humble Zen master and that he should teach students at the University of Texas, you know? But if he said no.
That was great, Jake. Thanks for the stories, and thanks for being on this edition of Drunk History Austin.